Funky.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Behind the bar, we're going to do something a little special this evening. I alluded to this in a couple of my videos, but we're going to do a basement tour. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's been requested, so I decided we're gonna pop a beer open, and we're gonna do a couple just kind of a couple minute walkthrough. And I apologize for the video quality and the difference. I'm doing this on a point and shoot camera, so that I can a good point and shoot camera, but a point and shoot nonetheless. So I can kind of walk around the basement and do it that way. So we're gonna break this up. I'll do a little intro here, and then we'll walk around the basement and take you in front of the bar and a little deeper behind the bar. And so you can show you guys everything that goes on down here. So, but what would it be behind the bar if I didn't pop a beer with it? We're gonna do a Sagatuck Brewing Company Neapolitan Milk Stout, courtesy of my buddy Brad. If you're watching this, buddy, I appreciate this. Got this as an extra in a trade with him. So we're gonna pour this out. Let's see what we think. Is this a good beer for it? Ooh, smells good. Yeah, I like this Neapolitan milkshake with the stout in it. So we're gonna stop this here, and then we're gonna go ahead and go from behind the bar to in front of the bar. See what we think. Thanks, guys. Well, for the first time in the history of my channel, oh, here's my beer. Almost forgot it. For the first time in the history of my channel, I'm actually behind the camera. Never done this before. Hopefully you guys can be able to hear me all right. But currently we are in front of the bar. So I thought I'd show you what actually sits on the bar. Some of the recording equipment, I just switched to using my Canon 5D Mark III for videos in conjunction with this awesome pink cable, because it's the only one they had left. And my Blue Yeti mic for podcasting. I think I'm going to upgrade that this year to one that I actually have on me. But we're behind the bar, actually in front of the bar. On the bar currently, 2 bottles and a t-shirt. This is actually this is going to Joe. He won this in a raffle, and I still haven't sent it to him because, well, holiday season and all. But we got some autographed memorabilia. I'm a big sports guy, Kansas City. Derek Johnson autographed photo, some Bo Jackson, Willie Wilson, Alan Trammell, 93 autographed Chiefs football. If you don't know that team, Joe Montana, Marcus Allen, Derek Thomas, Neil Smith. Got some baseballs up here. John Mayberry, Willie Wilson, Jose Altuve, Zach Greinke. Yeah, so in front of the bar, got a Boulevard Single IPA, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, and a wine fridge. But let's go behind the bar. Let's take an in-depth look behind the bar, because the bar is not as big as you may think. It's just kind of a corner bar in the middle of the basement. Kind of trying to amass a sticker collection. It just kind of started. But managed trying to fill this. I'm not as good at this beer cap map as I'd like to be. But the bar itself, I'm not terribly organized. Got a bottle fridge that is currently full with about 56 bottles. Nothing too crazy. I'm not going to get actually real in depth with what's in here. Mainly because the lighting kind of sucks. But it's all stuff I've pretty much reviewed on the channel. There's nothing too crazy in there. I got a full Saison Brett Boulevard vertical in here. Some IPAs that I'm wanting to drink. Let's see if there's anything crazy. Cash Money, Funkworks Tropic King. I got some Two Joker, some Pompeii, some Lost Abbey 10th Commandment, Jester King, Noble King, Hummel Beer, Prairie. I know you can't see that. Prairie Artisan. So that's my big bottle fridge. Got a small bottle. This is where I let, I got a chair in the way, sorry. This fridge is actually where I let people that come over put their beer, and shit that gets left. That's the sole purpose of this fridge, is nothing to do with anything that I drink. And then over here is where I put shit that people don't take with them, that I don't want to drink anymore. Christmas gift from work, White Elephant Christmas Party, Crown Royal. Yeah, so that's the bar, a little bar sink. My Kansas City MVP champions, before the Royals won the World Series, this was the 2 times we had won World Championships. Brett Saberhagen and Lynn Dawson were the MVP of those games. Start at the top. I've gotten a lot of comments on this. Shall we play a game? Most people think this is a War Games, which it is, which is a movie I love. However, This was an arcade tournament that I went to for the Arcade Outsiders. You saw the videos Joe and I shot in Idaho. This is from that tournament. If you notice this is Boise or Eagle, Idaho, where we all were, and the lines are to everybody that registered for the event. This is where they were all from. I'm assuming this one right here is me. But awesome. It's got the coordinates, which is where the arcade is, Grinker's Grand Palace. It's amazing. Andrew did this, and he did a phenomenal job. I freaking love this thing. Up here we've got various things. I'm not going to tear stuff down because most of this is actually bourbon. And then like Crown Town, unopened from the Royals last year. I've got one to put up here from this year. Sporting when they won the MLS Cup. Various glasses from beer tastings. The rest is actually bourbon. I've got Woodford, Bullet, Angel's Envy. There's actually two bottles of Pappy up there as well. But we're not digging those down because this is a beer channel and that's what I do. It's not for bourbon. So, see if we can get this to stand back up here. Oh, sorry, that was a horrible view, guys. I need to watch the camera more than I'm watching what I'm doing. So, first timer here, first timer. We'll go down the shelves. There are some beers on these shelves, not a lot. I don't keep a ton out here. Most of my Russian River stuff that I don't have duplicates, I do put some of my duplicates in boxes in my cellar, so they won't be out on shelves if I just don't want to take up room. It's for stuff that I'm going to drink. So you saw my rare review. There's actually nothing in here. Beatification, Consecration, Sanctification, Supplication, multiple consecrations, some Treehouse Growler that's empty, Lost Abbey Inferno, local whiskey from Kansas City Rieger. I love this whiskey. Let's see what I got. Framboise, de Aramosa. That's the 15. Empty Treehouse Growler. This is kind of my Boulevard shelf. They're local to me, minus this Treehouse Growler. For Good Morning, we'll move this up here with the other one. But we've got Love Child 5 through 2, I believe. Maybe 3, I don't know, on this shelf. Saison Brett's, I've got 10, 12, 13, 14. I've got some 15s in here somewhere. 13. Some of the Imperial Stout variants. Aztec Chocolate, I should drink that already. Coffee, should drink that already. Terra Incognito Batch 3. Saison Brett 1515. Another Crown Town. If Jeremy watches this, he'll love that that's still there. I don't care. Ryan Rye 14. Bourbon Barrel Quad 13. 13. Another Aztec Chocolate. Imperial Stout Child 5. In the back is 2 and 3, I believe, Love Child, maybe 3 and 4. These shelves are where I keep the stuff I review. So these are all stuff I review plus some glasses. But now we're going to go out into the bar. Or into the basement. This is the part people have been asking about. So yeah, we'll see what everybody thinks. First, the shot heard out around the world, Mario Chalmers in regulation, tying the game against Kentucky in 08. Chalmers for 3, swish. So maybe my favorite arcade game in the basement, or the one that's actually the most popular right now. This is a Warlord's Cocktail. If you don't know much about arcade games, this one, hard to come by. It's kind of a badass version of Pong with castles. You can see the fireball flying around the screen. You all have a knob that you rotate your shield around the castle and try and defend your castle. 4 people play at the same time. If you watched any of the Periscopes when I was in Idaho, you will know that we bet dollars on this game. Everybody puts in $1 and whoever wins gets the pot. It's a lot of fun. So let's rotate through the basement. First stop, my holy grail of pinball machines, the Addams Family. I love this pinball machine. It gets played all the time. It's probably my most played game down here. This one is in amazing shape. I actually traded for this one. I traded a Stern Star Trek for this, but it is in great shape. I mean, that artwork on the side is amazing. And underneath that is actually a wine fridge. You can open this up. Mostly stuff that I get from Napa, Crane, Bell, tons of stuff. This is currently full. With about, I don't know, 15 bottles or so. Nothing crazy. But that's Addams Family. The basement. Moving on, get some artwork in the basement. This one is a Galaxian kind of restore that I did. Kind of a half-ass restore. I love the artwork on this game. Galaxian, if you don't know, is the kind of the first in the series. Galaga would technically be the sequel to this. So I will not play these while I'm going along, but that is Galaxian, just sexy, sexy, sexy. Next up is a Mario Brothers conversion. Mario Brothers, the old classic Mario Brothers, where Luigi and Mario are trying to, got a weird graphics glitch on it right now I need to fix, but old school Mario Brothers. This is not the wide body for the arcade folk out here, this is a conversion. I had a white body for a short period of time, but I had to get rid of it, but I want another one soon. But for now this will do. I love this game, it gets a lot of play. I'm actually trying to for a high score on it right now. But glorious game. Next is pin number 2, World Cup Soccer. This is the first pin I ever bought. It's highly, highly underrated. I think it's the theme with the dog, and a lot of people don't like soccer. I do, but this is one of the best pinball machines out there. It's really different. It has great, it's really deep, good rule set. For most people that don't know, pinball actually has games. There's a point to them. You don't just try and keep the ball up and get points. There's actually a way to do it. So World Cup Soccer. This one next is probably the next project in my basement. I'm going to LED the crap out of this. Next is the old school gaming station, currently running GoldenEye. N64, I've got a Super Nintendo Dreamcast. Dreamcast runs every Nintendo game ever. Emulation is the only reason I have it down here. But that is the old school gaming station. Gets a lot of play, Mario Kart, GoldenEye, all sorts of stuff. Just kind of show you artwork as I go around the basement. KU, Rock Chalk Baseball. Baseball. Oh my god, I've been drinking, guys, I'm sorry. The rules of basketball, the original rules, reproduction. One of my favorite art pieces in the basement. Yeah, so we'll kind of work our way around here. This is an old Versus Excitebike cabinet, I believe in a converted Donkey Kong cabinet. It's actually running a 60-in-1 right now. I have everything to convert it back to Versus, but I actually want to get a 60-in-1 cocktail first. These 60-in-1s, for people that don't know, run like 60 games on them, like Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Galaga, a lot of the old classics. Cabinet's in really good condition though. Around the back of these, I actually used to collect, I don't really as much anymore, soccer scarves, and I had these all over my basement. So I have tons of these. I have about 100. And they used to hang everywhere, but I kind of took them down. Mortal Kombat 4, this runs MK4 and Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 2. It's not running. I kind of fucked up the monitor. So I have to get somebody to fix it. I'm kind of a noob when it comes to that part of it, and I need to get it fixed. So that's next on my list actually down here. So somebody show me how to fix it and learn. So on top of that, I have some boards. Turtles in Time is this one, and this one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had a cabinet down here that ran those, but I sold it. But I'm currently restoring a Ninja Turtles cabinet. That'll be the next thing that comes down here. Next up, Pole Position 2. Waiting on the kit that'll run Pole Position 1 and 2, because I have actually a board for that. But I sold my Pole Position 1 cabinet. But Pole Position 2, classic Asteroids. Needs a little bit of a restore and a repaint on the cabinet. I'll get that eventually. My favorite game in the basement, which most people know nothing about, because when they come over here nobody plays it, but it's my favorite, Robotron 2084. This cabinet's actually in great condition. I need to redo the T-molding, but it is phenomenal. Next up is Tron. This is actually a home use only Tron that I managed to get a hold of. Bad thing is I actually managed to fucking screw it up when I was moving into the basement and scratched it. I'm going to replace a couple pieces of art on it that were messed up when it was in somebody's home, but for the most part it's pretty immaculate. Next, the home theater. Home theater, 120-inch screen, full surround sound, speakers in the ceiling. I won't try and show you that. Right now just running Spotify on my arcade playlist. Hopefully it doesn't get flagged. We'll see. I'm hoping I have enough sounds mixed in. Sub speakers. Next, Q*bert. This is actually the newest addition to the basement. That's actually down here. I've bought a few games since then that are in the garage that I'm finishing up. But this is the Swear Marquee, which was the first run, and then they changed it because, well, they changed it. But this is not a repro. This is actually a production one. One of the few that actually have it. The rest of the cabinets has been restored. I still need to get the artwork on it. I have the Swear artwork for it, but I haven't put it on yet. I will soon, but the cabinet is perfect. It is perfect. So that is the arcade. Let's go get a good view here in the middle. This is the home theater seats, but this is the bar. Boom. That is it. That is the arcade portion of the tour in the basement. So next up we will roll into the cellar. my camera battery is dying, so I'm going to stop this, and we're going to record a new video on that. And yeah, that's what we'll do next. All right, sorry about that. Battery was going low in that. Hopefully I make it through on my phone, but we're gonna go back into the beer cellar. This is just kind of a back room, nothing crazy. It's a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. But you'll see beer, you'll see a lot of shit, you'll see my home brewing stuff, you'll see a water heater and a furnace, you'll see Blu-rays and electronics and craziness. So we'll start with the kegerator, numero uno. I have another one, but that's not gonna be in this video. 4 taps, currently Crane, Orange Goza, Saison Brett, and some homebrew. First off, Bourbon County Stop. Yep, it's full this year. Random stuff. Got some Crooked Stave Reserve Society stuff. Nightcap. Just stuff I haven't put away yet. Labret de Pluet. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to pronounce a lot of stuff wrong. I don't need correction. I know I'm going to pronounce it wrong. I'm sorry. Apple Brandy Noir. Project Pam. This is actually going to Joe. Apple Pie New Glarus. I think this is Christmas Bomb. Christmas Bomb, which this year is phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. So we're going to start with most of my beer. I have more that's not going to be in this video that's upstairs. I'm sorry, it's not going to be in the video. Upstairs I have Derivation 3's up there right now, but that's really the biggest beer up there. But so we'll start over here. Ursa Major, this is last year's McCoy's local release. Got some good Degard beers, Petite Amarillo and Leo. Upland Dark Wild Ale, that's actually last year's, so they just released it again this year, but that's last year's. Lolita from Goose Island. Side Project, Grisette and Marietta. Couple bottles of this year's Surly Darkness. Got an extra in a trade, actually. Barrel Aged Darkness. Old Ale from 2 years ago. Speedway Stout from 14 and 15. Reforged, which is their 20th anniversary blend that they did. I've got Prairie Funky Golden, their America, and then this year's Creek from Santa Fe, last year's Creek, and then the bottle behind this is their single barrel stout or sour. This shelf's gonna be a bitch to show, but I'll give it my best shot. Lost Abbey beers. We've got Track 10, Santo Ron Diego, Angel Share aged in oak barrels, Deliverance aged in bourbon and brandy, another Framboise Amorosa. This one is a 14, not this year's. Duck Duck Goose. 4 years of Veritas, 014, 5, no, 013, 014, 015, 016. I have multiples of the 6. Regular Bourbon County, Rare, Proprietors, Barley Wine, and Regal. Hopefully my camera will catch the light on this stuff. What can I go through this? Oh, that's not good. Go through this the best I can. Jester King Aurelian Lore. I've got 4 of these down here. Atro Rubicite Batch 1. This is Blend 1 actually, right? Blend 1. So that's a bit old. Fin Tao. It's a peach sour. And Nocturne Chrysalis. Go around the side here. I've got Mr. Vacation, which is a stout aged in brandy barrels from Martin City. I've got Port Brewing, Santa's Little Helper. This one's actually like 3 years old, I believe. Blanc is the new white from Nebraska. I need to drink this now. Willow's Family. Had a Baby, It's a Boy. It's their raspberry or blueberry, I believe, sour. I got a vintage of Pumpkin back there. Sorry, I know the video quality on this sucks, guys. The lighting in here is not the best. I'm sorry. This is Jester King row back behind these. So I've got Mad Meg, Snorkel. So I can get that to focus. Snorkel. You can see the New Glarus Raspberry back there. Conquitier, which is a collaborations that Jester King did. You've got Boxer's Revenge. You've got Dichotomous. This was the autumn one from last year. We've got Detritavore, which I know I'm pronouncing incorrectly. In the back, Santa Fe's Kickin' Chicken, Santa Fe's State Pen Barrel Aged or Soured Porter, Jubal from Deschutes Reposé, which is a straw sour, which is weird. As you can see, we got 2 things rare here. Proprietors, collaboration that was just released at Jester King. We've got some 1413 Bourbon Counties here. Another Prairie Bomb Big Luscious from Founders Blushing Monk. 15 KBS back there. I've got 14 and 13 out in the garage. Martin City Sours coming undone. Quid Fisi, and then Wood Stout 3. That's for John. I'm saving that one for him when he comes here because he loves that beer. Next is the brewery shelf, Melange 1, 2012 Melange 3, Imperial Cabinet, Jester King collaboration, Sam's Piguet, which is a cherry, Sucre and Port, Black Tuesday, which you can't see from the label, slide sides back. Ladera Cola, I was going to smash this on video because this beer is awful. Ode Tart with boysenberries. Sour in the Rye, Sour in the Rye. Sorry, it's Heart of Darkness. This year's Heart of Darkness 2013. I've got Hottenroth, Arg, Freckle, 8 Maids of Milking, 7 Swans of Swimming back here. Sorry. I know this video sucks. I'm sorry, guys. If you can see these, Dark Horse Plead the 5th Imperial Stout. I don't have any of the barrel age, but I have 4-year vertical going of the current. What else is back here? Ruse is back here from Brewery. Is that one? Now we'll go through these. Monsters Park, aged Imperial Stout, aged in rye barrels. That one is Elijah Craig. 10-year 4 Roses, and then the Imperial Stout is in Mezcal barrels. Dogfish Head, Raison d'Etre. One of my, actually, this is kind of a memory beer for me is the reason I have it. Rodenbach 2011 vintage. I had this at Delirium in Belgium, and I had a full vertical of it, and it was amazing. This is Karbach Bourbon Barrel Hellfighter, aged in bourbon barrels with vanilla. Excited to try that. Nothing behind there you want to see. Casey Low End Toolbox. I've got chocolate milk stout aged in bourbon barrels, Haoli, honey, the Carlton, which is amazing. Berry Bewitched. Epic Signal of Bertrange. Some more Prairie, Brett C, Elizabeth, Jolly Pumpkin IO Saison, Cat Spit Stout from Second Shift, Rum Barrel Quandary from River North, some Boulevard beers. I'm going to sit on the floor for this. Go to Avery Row. We've got some Avery Sours. I'm not even going to try and pronounce these. So those are 2 of their barrel-aged sours. I've got 3 bottles of Uncle Jacob's Stout, Tweak, 2 more of their barrel-aged sours, and then we're going to get into Crooked Stave Row. So I've got Crooked Stave Origins, 2 Hop Savants, Fleur de Lis, then the Petite Sours, Tart Cherry, Blueberry, Raspberry, Hibiscus and Cinnamon, Boysenberry, Passion Fruit, Grapefruit Radler, and then one of the Nightmare on Brett variants aged in red wine barrels. Behind that, I've got Serenata Nocturne, St. Bretta. Let's see what we got. Anything worth a damn back? I got that Ken Schmitz. I gotta drink this. Joe should kill me that I still have this. Ken Schmitz Chocolate Mint Stout. That's from like 2 years ago. Some Paradox Sours, 3 Floyd Stout. Let's see. Allagash Farm to Face, which is a peach ale. Cuvée d'Industrial. The Thai gave me, which I actually really need to drink. I've heard it's incredible right now. I don't know if I'll ever drink this, but I love the bottle. The Dude's Rug, which is a hard cider with Thai spices. I'll probably drink it, but Thai sent me this. I love the Big Lebowski. I've got a Sam Adams Stony Brook Red, nothing crazy back there. Bottom shelf, we got Labyrinth, which I actually really like. From Unita Labyrinth Barrel Age. If you haven't had this, drink it. It's awesome. Birthday Suit was their 22nd birthday stout. Abraxas, or Perennial, 17-15 lawfully. That's actually a 2012 freak. Brazel, which was a new one they did with raspberries, golden raspberry sour. What is this? Something I picked up in Omaha. Oak aged broadline from Brickway Brewery. It's supposed to be good. Barrel aged Old Ruffian, supposed to be infected, but it's here. Last year's Pentagram from Surly. Got some Firestone, Breda Weiss, Agrestic, Parabola Cicaba, and Double DBA. I've got a Battle of Opal and Sour Opal back behind. Barrel aged Bigfoot back there. Sorry you can't see them. Barrel aged Oak Yeti. Double barrel stout Hoppin' Frog. Whoa, sorry, getting up, guys. And then I didn't purposely avoid this, but for those that haven't seen the photos and haven't been watching the channel, the crown jewels of my collection currently, we'll get to them. You probably saw them as I went by them. But Toppling Goliath SR71 and Toppling Goliath 14 Assassin. So yeah, those are pretty amazing. But that's kind of it. Let me see if I can back up somehow. Okay, maybe more of a full shot. That's it. Nothing crazy. There's so many people out there that have bigger cellars than me. I do have a fridge in the garage that has a lot of shit in it. My Treehouse IPAs, stuff that I'm planning on drinking currently. I don't know, there's probably another 100, 150 bottles in it. It's a full-size fridge. That's kind of this. So yeah, I'll just do a quick walk back through, movie posters. That's the basement, guys. This is behind or in front of the bar. I love my basement. Dogs sleep in there, but that's kind of it. So, I know it's not as impressive as some, but I'm a big fan of it. So, we're going to be adding a lot of games. I've got 5 games in the garage that'll be down here before probably the end of the next 2 months. I've got Outrun, Multi-Williams cabinets, I've got Track and Field, I've got my Ninja Turtles Restore, and the Street Fighter 2 cabinet that'll be down here. So, this is in front of the bar, guys. Hope you like the cellar tour for the end of the year. Hopefully the mending of these 3 videos won't be too off-putting, but it's the best I could do. With that said, until next time, guys, cheers.